Hi there, I am Robert McKelvey, or Karuna Raja, if you wish, or Ajita. This will be the prophecy of clarifying light. It is a blessing for all sentient beings, even you. No matter who you are in the world, this blessing will touch you. We'll begin by saying refuge and bodhicitta prayers. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until I attain enlightenment through the merit of practicing generosity and so on. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until I attain enlightenment through the merit of practicing generosity and so on. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until I attain enlightenment through the merit of practicing generosity and so on. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the sacred happiness devoid of suffering, and may they dwell in boundless equanimity that is free from attachment and aversion. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the sacred happiness devoid of suffering, and may they dwell in boundless equanimity that is free from happiness, free from attachment and aversion. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the sacred happiness devoid of suffering, and may they dwell in boundless equanimity that is free from attachment and aversion. Deep breath. All right, let's begin. All right, seriously. The clarifying light, a prophecy of the future. From the words of the Buddha, compiled by Jungnyum Kinsei Choki Londro. Homage to the Three Jewels. The Blessed One taught the following text, which is of benefit during an evil age. The range of the Dharma is likened to a path. Why? It is on this path that all living beings travel. That is why the Dharma is said to be like a path. Once, when the Blessed One was seated beneath the Bodhi tree, he saw that all living beings of Jambudvipa. He saw that at the end of times, in the 500-year period, an age of evil would arise. As to the thoughts and deeds of all beings, those people who encounter this text through their tenfold purity will be greatly meritorious, while those who do not encounter this text will be weak in merit and experience intense pain due to the afflictions. Human beings upon the earth will feel as if hacked apart with weapons. Then the Venerable Ananda said to the Blessed One, O Blessed One, since you consider human beings with compassion, please save them from this suffering. The Blessed One said to Venerable Ananda, I shall explain to you. I was abiding in the expanse of space. I directed my attention to view the living beings of Jambudvipa. Listen, all of you, to my words. This Dharma text is a teaching that will be of benefit when an age of evil arises. To write it out and recite it and practice the visualization and recitation of the Great Compassionate One will swiftly purify all harmful actions and obscurations. Honoring this text with offerings of incense and flowers will bring about happiness of all sentient beings. Writing out and reciting this text will lead to excellent rebirth throughout all future lives. At the foot of the tree was a great lake, on the shores of which sat the emanation of great compassion, who had directed his magnanimity towards all living beings, and was weeping intensely. The Blessed One said, Great Compassionate One, listen well. There is no need to weep. Listen well to what I have to say. In the Tiger month of the new year, I had decided to go to the human realm. At that time, I freed all the beings of the age of evil from the ocean of suffering, that is samsara. Then they renounced all harmful action. I even guided the beings who had fallen into the hells. At that time, I spread this Dharma text. Writing or reciting this text will put an end to all sicknesses. Any person who writes it out will benefit a whole town. Any town where it is written will benefit a whole country. The merit of human beings will increase, and negative circumstances and obstacles will be averted. It will bring release from the sufferings of the hells. It will be a benefit in both present and future lives. This is the essential path for all beings for the six classes. It is comparable to sailing in a boat across an ocean or river. Having faith and pure devotion towards this text is crucial. Until Maitreya arrives in the human realm, this text will yield extensive benefit. Writing out this Dharma and sharing it with others will bring boundless merit within the same lifetime and the same body. It will cause the blood-filled ocean of samsara to dry up. By the means of the 10 mental impurities, beings will first be overwhelmed by afflictions. How worthy of compassion are all beings. Thereafter, the human realm will become a valley filled with blood. Third, although crops are planted and the land cultivated, there will be no freedom to enjoy the results. Fourth, human beings will experience intense suffering. Fifth, people will lack vision while traveling on paths. Sixth, cities will be overrun by carnivorous wild animals. Seventh, buildings within countries will lie empty. Eighth, carnivorous wild animals will be seen wandering about aimlessly. Ninth, although a few people will remain, they will not dare to stay. 10th, hungry ghosts and harmful spirits will appear, roaming through cities. This is what will come to pass based on the 10 impurities. People will lack respect for one another and appear to praise themselves, while disparaging others. There are 4 classes in human society: rulers, merchants, laborers, and priests. If they all have confidence in and reverence for this text, the age will be one of fortune. The Blessed One said, "Those who distrust this text will mislead one another and fall into the hell of ultimate torment. They will not hear the Dharma, and their cries of anguish will be heard throughout heaven and earth. An age of epidemics will dawn. To write down or recite this Dharma text immediately upon hearing it will overcome all epidemics and famine. It will bring excellent rebirth. Then there are 7 forms of suffering in this world. First, there is suffering of heat and cold in the hells. Second, the suffering of hunger and thirst among the pretas. Third, the suffering of ignorance and confusion among animals. Fourth, the suffering of birth, old age, sickness, and death, as well as the lack of freedom, poverty, adherence to wrong views among human beings. Fifth, the suffering of hostility and conflict among the Asuras. Sixth, the suffering of death, transmigration, and downfall among the gods. And seventh, the suffering of the bardo of becoming. Having confidence in this text, which is a benefit in these circumstances, will cause all wishes to be fulfilled and all disease to be eliminated. It will bring the excellent fortune of a bygone age. You might wonder, why is this so? In a male firehorse year, a meteor the size of a large rock will fall from the expanse of space and land on the shore of a large body of water. When that meteorite cracks open, this text will emerge from it. It will then be crucially important for this Dharma text to be passed on from one person to another, and not kept hidden or secret. This is not intended for only 1 or 2 individuals. It has been set down for the sake of all sentient beings. May all the sufferings of samsara come to an end. In the future, at the end of the 500-year period, when the teachings of the Buddha are in decline, when the discipline of the monks has deteriorated, when minds are occupied with negative thoughts, when people feast on broken pledges and misdeeds, when they engage in the 10 unwholesome actions, when mantra practitioners recite evil spells, when the 5 poisons are nurtured deep within, when people misbehave physically and verbally, when Dharma teaching is in terminal decline, when bird feathers develop on hillsides, when wood is kept in an iron case, when people commit wicked deeds, all these actions, faults, and defects will surely herald a fearful time of crisis. This text dispels the conditions of an evil age. It must be written down or recited immediately upon sight. Have no doubt that this text will avert the evils of the age. It is enough to inquire whether this is true. Let us speak and express only truth. All those who claim that this is untrue will be struck by symptoms of disease, from the tips of their hair on their head down to the very tips of their toes. When the Blessed One had said this, the great compassionate one, Maitreya, Ananda, and the whole world, with its human beings, Asuras and Gandharvas, rejoiced and praised the speech of the Blessed One. Then the Blessed One extended his right hand, beautifully adorned with marks and signs, and touched the ground, thereby subjugating evil demonic forces, together with their retinues. One must train in this transcendent perfection of wisdom, which brings inconceivable joy, mental well-being, and which subjugates and pacifies illness and demonic forces. Then the Blessed One entered the Ganges-like meditative absorption and spoke this text, which summarizes all excellent teachings of the Sutras. Ananda then addressed the Blessed One again. Blessed One, this Dharma text you have taught is for the purpose of averting obstacles and negative circumstances in samsara. In the male earth monkey year, an epidemic will occur, and it will be crucial to have a profound means of addressing it. If beings should doubt the truth of this and lack confidence in this text, neglecting it out of indifference so that it cannot spread, this will only delight the demonic forces. For this text to be copied and trusted will bring much happiness. This Dharma text will bring relief. The Blessed One replied, Good, good. That is exceedingly good. This is to be taught everywhere from early on. An excellent wealth of virtue will result. Merit and qualities will fully unfold. All the perfect Buddhas have spoken thus. Nanda, Upananda, and the rest of you, exert yourselves in this, which is beneficial to beings. In the future, at the end of time, the virtue of this will be beyond imagining. For anyone who has faith in this, all wishes will be fulfilled. Obstacles and adversity will be banished. A person with faith in the Buddha's teachings should make offerings with incense and flowers. Then the protector Maitreya looked out from the expanse of space and saw that human beings were shedding tears of blood. He went before the Blessed One and said, Blessed One, I beseech you to impart a Dharma for the future that conveys its message in a few words but holds great blessings. The Blessed One replied, Maitreya, that is excellent. Listen to this speech of mine. It is imparted for the sake of all beings, including the likes of Brahma and Shakra. In order to benefit all living beings, I have verbally communicated this message. It is to be respected and diligently applied, as it will bring an abundance of virtue. Later, in the first month of the autumn, during the male fire horse year and the male earth monkey year, evil people who lack faith in this text will meet their deaths. Those people who copy or recite this text will lead long lives, enjoy good health, and gain much merit. All the harmful forces of this evil age will come to roam about the towns. Invisible to human beings, they will pass through uncertain places while remaining hidden. At that time, the blessings of this Dharma text will cause all spirits, evil forces, and harmful influences to shudder and flee. It is vital that this text be disseminated throughout every land. Do not consider it untrue or harbor doubt. For those who lack faith in this Dharma taught by the wise and venerable Buddha, Sugata, knower of the world, God and tamer of beings, unsurpassed teacher of gods and men, awakened and transcendent conqueror, a great earthquake will occur in the fire horse year. The crisis that arises at this time will intensify in a fire sheep year, and some people will contract diseases due to defilement, grib, and die. Some will die on roads, some will die in landslides. In the male earth monkey year, there will be terrifying floods. In the summer, sickness brought on by famine will cause loss of life. At that time, harmful spirits will overrun the land. Copying and reciting this teaching will afford protection against harmful influences and obstacle makers. In a female earth bird year, it will be crucially important to avoid harming others, to refrain from consuming flesh or blood, and to guard one's vows. In a male iron dog year, lands and cities will be overrun by tigers, leopards, bears, wolves, and jackals. It will be crucial at that time to copy and recite this Dharma as a means of liberation for human beings. In a female iron sheep year, all sentient beings will come to lack self-control. Like paper blown about in the wind, or like a great lake that surges and overflows. At that time, those people who lack faith in this text will die. The Blessed One said to the Great Compassionate One, In a year of the mouse, the melodious sound of the Dharma will emanate from the expanse of space. If one were to then copy or recite this text, which radiates throughout all four cardinal and 8 intermediate directions, with the power and strength of the Buddha's blessings, like the light of the sun and moon, it will bring benefit until Maitreya arrives. Such is the potential of this text. If this is copied or recited aloud, it will bring mountainous merit. In a palace upon Mount Patala resides the emanation of Buddha's speech. Surrounded by a retinue of bodhisattvas above, below, and in each of the 10 directions, beings everywhere, he leads to happiness. Moreover, the Great Compassionate One considered all human beings with compassion, and disseminated this text for the sake of sentient beings. When it is doubted and considered untrue, then in the first and middle months of the summer, an epidemic will arise. People will fall sick in the morning and die in the evening. At that time, as the age of crisis unfolds, plants, forests will be hacked and hewn. Rocky mountains will crumble from their base, and the earth will tremble and quake, as if incapable of remaining still. No more than 1 in 10 people will survive. Do not think this untrue, for the word of the Blessed One, how worthy of compassions are all beings. Then in the female sheep year, in the female fire sheep year, and male earth monkey year, an evil 500 period will dawn. Conflict will arise from all around, the 4 cardinal and 8 intermediate directions. Human beings will quarrel and fight among themselves. This is a dharma that liberates from the ravages of time. To copy and recite it upon first sight will overcome conflict. This text, which brings well-being, if copied or recited, will bring boundless virtue and liberate from every fear and concern. This Dharma text is not for only 1 or 2 individuals. It is composed for the sake of all sentient beings. If this Dharma text is distributed through every land in all directions, human beings will enjoy excellent happiness and well-being throughout an abundance of virtue. Through an abundance of virtue, the sufferings of sentient beings will end. Unless this text is diligently recollected for 5 or 6 months, an age of epidemics will dawn. Some will die from fever, some will die from cold, some will lose their sanity and die. Some will die from sickness of the throat, some will die from sickness of the heart. Some will experience intestinal pain and then die. Some will die from sickness of the liver. This is a remedy for these harmful spirits and sicknesses. Sons and daughters of a noble family should keep on their bodies this text, which guards against the remedies these forms of sicknesses and harmful influence. The mantra that guards against and liberates from all divine spirits, naga spirits, elemental spirits, and epidemics. Imaho paenyo paenyo svaha, 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 imaho paenyo paenyo svaha. Should be worn by males on the right side and by females on their left side. Doing so will liberate from all epidemics and bring excellent rebirth. There is no doubt that copying, reciting it, and having faith in this will bring freedom from the blood-filled ocean of suffering that is samsara. How worthy of compassion are all people between heaven and earth. May all the sicknesses that cause untimely death among human beings be utterly pacified. May beings come to have the excellence of bygone ages, and may they come to possess merit beyond measure. For beings who lack faith in this Dharma text, there will be no time of liberation. Towns will be overrun by various forms of harmful spirits. At that time, the cries of the people will fill the air and resound across the earth. Although there will be nutritious fruit and grain, everyone will lack the power to consume it. The whole population will eat demonic food. Then the great compassionate one, noble Avalokiteshvara, spoke the following, so that beings might arouse compassion in their minds. Blessed One, I pray that you may infuse this text with your blessings, consecrate it with magnetizing powers, I pray. Then the Blessed One said, if this text is venerated with faith and devotion, evil times will come to an end. It will bring the boundless merit of freedom from every form of contagious disease. Let all human beings on this earth be freed from the conflict, disease, and misery of an evil age, and gain an excellence of a bygone era. In accordance with the aspiration for the sake of virtue, and especially if this is recited during both the horse month and the rabbit month, it will bring unimaginable beneficial qualities. People who copy and recite this text will enjoy long lives, good health, and happiness. Partially copying this text will pacify the causes of harm in an evil age. This circulated once during the past dragon year. It was apparently unable to spread throughout the world. This is how the evil age first took hold. Later, the text was circulated in a male firehorse year. This Dharma text is the means of averting evil times. Unless it can be spread throughout all lands, crops will be ruined by blight, hail, and frost, leading to famine. An epidemic of unrecognizable sickness will emerge, bringing pain and misery. There is no doubt that copying and reciting this text will bring liberation from all suffering. Until the victorious protector Maitreya arrives in this world, this Dharma text serves as a refuge for two beings. For those with faith in it and devotion for it, let it cleanse and purify all harmful actions, obscurations, and habitual tendencies. May the harvest be forever excellent. May virtue be abundant. May this be a gem-like source of all that is wished for and required. May everything throughout all these lands be auspicious. May every place become resplendent, with sickness and famine and warfare utterly overcome. May rains bring excellent harvests, and may all wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. With wealth and prosperity extending throughout the land, may the wheel of the Dharma turn and forever remain secure. When the Blessed One had said this, the great compassionate one, Maitreya, Ananda, and the whole world, including gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, rejoiced and praised the speech of the Blessed One. This concludes the clarifying light, a prophecy of the future. Hi there. That wasn't so bad, right? I gotta get a haircut. My hair's getting kind of long. Very good. This is Maitreya's closed lotus mudra, wheel turning mudra, inner wheel turning mudra. More like that, yeah. Yep. And outer wheel turning mudra, right? And finally, there we go. Pagoda mudra. Excuse me. Closed lotus, inner wheel turning mudra, outer wheel turning mudra. Pagoda. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. It's 22222. That's how long this is. Now we will make dedication prayers. Crown. All right. Well, I will continue doing videos and doing processes. Sometimes we all have doubts about things, and it's important for me, and my opinion, that we don't feed the seeds of doubt, that we feed the seeds of faith in whatever way we can feed the seeds of faith. Very tired are the weary who seek sustenance. Just as Bodhisattva Manjushri knew to be the way, and Samantabhadra too, I shall follow in the footsteps of all the Bodhisattvas, and make a perfect dedication of these merits. As all Buddhas, past, present, and future, praise the dedication of merit as supreme, all my sources of merit I dedicate completely, so that all may perfect Samantabhadra's good actions. In all my lives, wherever I am born, may I obtain the 7 qualities of birth in higher realms. As soon as I am born, may I meet the Dharma and have the freedom to practice it correctly. Then may I please the Noble Lama and put the Dharma into action day and night. May I realize the Dharma, actualize its innermost meaning, and so cross the ocean of existence in this very life. May I teach the sacred Dharma to beings wandering in samsara, and never tire or weary of working to help others. Through my vast and impartial service to others, may all beings attain Buddhahood together as one. Tadyatha Pensadriya Awa Buddhanaya Soa, Tadyatha Pensadriya Awa Buddhanaya Soa, Tadyatha Pensadriya Awa Buddhanaya Soa. A few little announcements. This will be going on my YouTube page, which I am making so that I can have a place where people would like to come and learn. The second thing is I will be teaching emotional integration as I learned from studying with several teachers I will also be teaching reading the Psalms of David and all of Psalms, and then going into the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. I hope you enjoy that. It will be wonderful. Following the 22 letters, I will be doing the 10 archangels, or the 10 primary archangels. Following the 10 primary archangels, I will be announcing for the first time in Hebrew the path of the prophet, which is a transliteration from the Hindu path Rishinaya, the path of the saint. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun. And let's try to take ourselves not so seriously. Because life's a journey. And you've already made the decision to be here. So why not enjoy it? Enjoy your day. Take care.